now I'm on a walk in the woods, and a little later we're gonna make some bread. So over the years I've tried a lot of different recipes, fancy ones, not so fancy ones. Most of them are good, but I have 6 people to feed, and I can't have anything that's like super, I don't know, that takes a long time. So I've kind of combined a few different recipes to come up with the one, and I'm going to show you later. And I would say it's a super easy, tasty sourdough bread that doesn't take a lot of time, and I would say is very beginner friendly. I'm almost to my destination. There's a really cool spot I want to show you guys. I think you're going to like it. There it is. This spot has a really, really pretty overlook, and I absolutely love this space. Just trying to get to this spot to show you guys. This is really pretty. There's nothing quite like stepping outside and really just taking in God's creation and how it changes your mindset. It helps you to see things from a better perspective. I really highly recommend just taking some time out of your day, or even just once a week, to really take in everything that God has made. So with that, I better get headed back, because if I'm not back soon, it's going to be dark. And I don't want to be caught out here in the dark. Now, the very first step is making sure you have a good active starter. Now, I'm not super precise when it comes to measuring when I feed my starter, but it's basically about 1 part water, 1 part flour. Mix it into your starter and let it sit overnight. As soon as you have an active sourdough starter, you're going to need to add 5½ cups of flour, a tablespoon of salt, 3 cups of water, and ½ cup of sourdough starter to a bowl. Then you're going to want to combine all those ingredients. Then you're going to want to cover it and let it sit overnight until it doubles in size, about 8 to 12 hours. It's early the next day, and it's time to get some baking done. Now you can see I did 4 more loaves of bread last night. I have a convection oven, so I can actually cook a whole bunch of loaves of bread at once and have them all cook pretty similarly. But I did this one here. It's risen a lot. This is the one I did with you guys. You can see it's got some nice bubbles. It's over doubled in size. And then I have some other ones over here as well. The next step is to preheat the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're going to put all of our pans in the oven to preheat with it. They need to be just as hot as the oven before you put the bread in them. Okay, these are pullman pans. Now, you do not have to have a pullman pan to bake this bread. You can do it in any container that is oven safe with a lid. Or you can even take 2 pans like this and put one on top of each other. If you have like regular bread loaf pans, you can do that. You can put one pan right on top of the other one. The other thing you can do is you can use a cast iron pan, and we're going to do that as well just to compare. I've even used a glass like Pyrex container. I have a bowl, a glass Pyrex bowl, and then I put tinfoil over the top. So there's a lot of different things you can do, and they all work pretty well. Make sure to leave the pans ungreased. The oven is preheated, and we're going to put all of our dough into the hot pans. You want to take any rings off because this can be a little bit of a messy job sometimes. Having some tools helps. Aren't these cute? My mom made these. Now we're going to set the timer for about 45 to 50 minutes, and then you're going to uncover it for the last 10 to 15 minutes. Now, if you want your crust to be a little bit less hard, then you can just cook it the entire time and never uncover it, and it'll be a softer crust. But that's totally up to preference. Time to take the lids off. Okay. Hot. Sometimes steam comes out of the oven and it can burn your face. So you might want to like step back. Whoa, look at that. So just to show you, this is the bread. It's popped in there, but it's kind of white looking and we want to brown it.
So I'm doing a little experiment where I brown some of the loaves in the pans and some of the loaves out of the pans, just to see what the difference is in the crust.
And there we go. We're going to want to set this timer for another 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how browned you want it. Look at that, nice and brown. Nice golden color. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a little crackling noise. And when you tap on it, on the bottom, it's gonna sound almost hollow. And then you know it's done. The other thing you could do is if you have like a meat thermometer, you put it into there, like an instant read one, and it should read about 190 or more. See the difference here between these are the loaves that were taken out of their pans. They're a little bit browner. The crust is a little tougher. And these are the loaves that were left in the pans. They are a little bit golden brown, but not as brown. The crust is not quite as tough, so it really depends. The other thing you can do is just leave it covered, and you'll end up with a softer crust. Maybe if you're the kind of person that really doesn't like crusty bread, that can be an option for you too. Quick tip. In order to have the best flavor in this bread and texture, you're gonna wanna let this bread cool 100% before you start slicing it up. And there you have it. That's how you make really easy, super tasty sourdough bread.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, it would mean a lot to us if you would give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Well, until next time, bye!